We may make stops. All them stops is different teams, right? Every time that train stops, it's just a different team. But what happened to the train when the doors closed? It's on to the next one. It's on to the next one. So that train don't care who in this way, and unfortunately sometimes people die, but that train don't care who in this way, whoever in this way gonna get what?
Ran over.
Ran over. That's how I want y'all to think. Same way about no matter what that teacher give you, this assignment about to get ran over. Because I'm an Olympian. And I put in the work. Does that make sense? Like, and if y'all don't understand that, it's another team that do. Because we talk about the hard way, it's going to be them teams in the fourth quarter where it get hard. And it's a nose-to-nose battle. It's going to be who's going to be the toughest to come out. And it ain't the toughest like this with them push-ups or whatever, right? It's who's going to be tough here. Who's going to say, we going to win because we put in the work. The train can't go if everybody ain't on the same track, right? The train can't go if it ain't on the track. So if one of y'all is not on the same page as everybody else, the train don't move. Or the train, what happens when the train goes off the track? It's called what? Derail. Train that derail, can it ever get to a destination?
No, sir.
So if y'all walk around here and y'all late to class, the train derails. If y'all getting bad grades, the train derails. Because he just gave me 100, but it took y'all to help him to that last 50, right?
Yes, sir.
Period. So if one person ain't doing what's supposed to be done, that's where the accountability come in. Don't be late to class. Don't get written up. Pull your pants up. Like, it ain't hard. And when y'all learn how to do what you're supposed to do, you can do whatever you want to do. Persistence, consistency, and finishing what you started. Time. How much time are you putting into your craft? I believe you don't lose, you learn. So you just ran out of time. Does that make sense? Like that contest, y'all just ran out of time. But how much time do you think you have before it's over? Right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Don't matter if you're a damn All-American. Like, you got a job to do, so trust. Y'all not mentally tough because y'all don't trust not only each other, but you don't trust yourself. And you don't trust yourself because how much time you putting in. The ones that put the time in, they trust one another. They believe in themselves. So if y'all believe that y'all can do it, y'all should be going harder. Y'all should be holding one another accountable. Whatever you can do to help this team, that's what y'all need to happen. Everybody can't score. Everybody ain't fast. What everybody can do, what everybody that ever plays basketball should be able to do if they play basketball, they should be able to play defense and play hard. Them the only two things you can control. Just show hey, who want to play basketball? Honestly, who want to play basketball? All right, who has to play basketball? We just practice code. And dudes that y'all play, they gotta get their mom out the hood. The dudes that y'all playing, they living in a trap. The dudes that y'all playing ain't getting no sleep. But I got to get any advantage that I can. So what choices are y'all making? That's the point I'm getting to. Are you making the choice to play defense? Are you making the choice to pass the ball? Hell, are you making the choice to come to practice? And I commend y'all because y'all here in the evening. But guess what? Circle gets smaller. Try out, that circle is big, wasn't it? Circle gets smaller, dog. Everybody don't make it.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing? This is Coach Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Lunch and Learn. And so, on this show, we're really going to break down today. What I really want to talk about today is it really Ben Simmons' fault, right? Is it really Ben Simmons' fault? Everybody is, talking about Ben Simmons and going off on him and because of him, but I blame the system, right? You talk about trust the process. That's been Philadelphia's montage for the last few years. Trust the process. Well, the process is completion, right? It's a completion to the process. But when we speak on Ben Simmons, let's really talk about the house that was built on sand, right? Because I'm going to give you all a few points today. I made a video about this, but I really want to get on here and speak because I want to hear everybody, some other people's opinions, because basketball has gotten so inundated with people that don't understand basketball to where it's easy to just criticize. At this point in the sports world, it's easy to criticize and point fingers what everybody else is doing. But nobody really looks into what went into whatever happened with a particular situation. So I'm not a contractor, never have been. But what I do know is that if I take my kids to the beach and we build a sandcastle, when the waves come in, it may blow the house down. Regardless how many spikes we have on it, how beautiful it looks, but those waves, that adversity will crash that house down. Well, on the other hand, in my community, they've been building houses like crazy. And the first thing they do after they dig down deep is they lay concrete and they lay a strong foundation. And so I'm here in the Chicagoland area, and we had a tornado touchdown, I believe, 2 nights ago. And some structures weren't sturdy enough and came down, but that foundation still remains. And so when we're talking about Ben Simmons, right? And again, I have my notes so I can stay focused. The question that I want to ask, right, is you all let me know, drop your city and state where you watching this particular class from. But what happened? What happened with Ben Simmons that caused this reaction, this adversity, this turmoil that we now see? Right? It was all good just a week ago, definitely a month ago, when Ben Simmons was in the contention for Defensive Player of the Year, right? Like heavily contending the Joker. No, I think Joker won the MVP, right? But Rudy Gobert, right? Heavily contending Gobert for the Defensive Player of the Year. So in order to play defense, right? And again, from Chicago, you think of people like Patrick Beverley, you have to have a sense of confidence to play defense at a high level. And let's not forget, Ben Simmons was the number 1 draft pick coming out of LSU. Ben Simmons was highly touted coming out of Mount Verde Academy, the prep school, to go to LSU. People thought he should have went somewhere else. So Ben Simmons has had confidence. Hell, he even won Rookie of the Year. So Ben Simmons has had confidence throughout his career. It's just he's at the point now that all athletes at some point will face, and that's they have to face themselves. Something takes place and they really have to look at themselves, and they have to be able to get past a certain issue that they're facing. So when we talk about what happened with Ben Simmons, let me just run some of these things off that could go into your athlete or other athletes' lack of confidence, self-confidence going down, These are things that can contribute to it. Teammates. Well, they say that him and Joel Embiid, they're supposed to be the two best players, don't get along. That's a locker room issue. That's a locker room issue. But that can go into lack of confidence, especially when you have someone as introverted as Ben Simmons, but as extroverted as Joel Embiid, and don't mind saying whatever he has to say. It can be taken wrong, and that can hinder confidence, right? So are your athletes' teammates supporting them in the good and the bad? That's one thing. Another thing are the fans, right? Fans talk, fans holler, fans boo. They love you when it's going right. They hate you when it goes wrong, right? So is your athlete prepared to deal with the fans? Is your athlete prepared to have meaningful and effective conversations with their teammates? What about the coach? Can the coach be doing something or saying something that destroys an athlete's confidence? Now, if you're being told that you're the second best player on the team, but you're getting pulled out at the end of games, granted, because maybe you can't make free throws. Well, if we do basketball history and if we understand basketball history, the hack-a-Shaq. Well, Phil Jackson couldn't put Shaq in the game at the end of games either. But that didn't necessarily hinder Shaq's confidence. But Shaq is more of an extrovert than an introvert. So he may have dealt with it a different way, right? He may have went and wrote a rap about it. Introverts like Ben Simmons they may act like poker face, nothing is wrong, but deep down inside, it's tearing them up because now you're saying something about the person that I am or the relationship that we have. And then one of the biggest ones now is social media. So is your athlete, is Ben Simmons watching social media? Are they reading all the comments? Are they interacting? Right? Do they have to check every 5 minutes to see, well, let's see what Twitter says. Let's see what this. Well, that can tear down the athlete's confidence. And then the biggest thing is the family. How can family should help the confidence? Well, family can also hurt the confidence if the family has a different opinion than that of the athlete about their teammates, about their family, about their coach, or about social media. It can be taken differently based on how the family feels, because now the family is imparting their opinion onto the athlete. And now the athlete starts the process and start to think a different way based on what their family feels and what their family thinks. So when I talk about what happened with Ben Simmons, it's a lot of things that took place that could have happened. People just want to point to the free throws. Well, if he's having shooting woes, free throw woes, well, who's speaking to him and finding out exactly what is he thinking about at the free throw line? What's causing him to now not be able to focus, which is mental, to step to the line and shoot an uncontested shot from 15 feet? Right? Now, as a coach once told me, there are two different types of people. There are people that don't know how to do it and people that refuse to do it. People that don't know how to do something, they need help with their skill set. People that won't do something or refuse to do something, they need help with their mindset. So when I say it's not all Ben Simmons' fault, this is what I mean. Ben has been a house built on sand. It looks good. And I'm pulling for Ben. I hope Ben Simmons really overcomes this adversity. But for my parents, you can't just give all of the time and all of the onus to just playing basketball. That doesn't make good basketball players. The good basketball players and the great basketball players have the physical ability, but they have the mental capacity. And so we haven't even talked about the injuries or being cut or being benched, right? Having an injury or being benched, those are the two quickest ways to shut an athlete's confidence down, regardless of all the other things that I've talked about, the family, the teammates, the social media, the coach, right? The fans. But being benched and an injury are two of the toughest things to recover from mentally. So something happened over the course of time this year that caused Ben Simmons to lose confidence. However, something happened throughout the course of his basketball career since high school that has not helped this problem. Otherwise, he would know how to deal with the adversity. So when you have a house built on sand, when that adversity comes in, it can tear it all down. So it may be good to go to your trainers, to go to your physical, trainers, your skill trainers, and all those things. But how many athletes have coaches that are speaking to the behavior, the psychology, and the meaning behind what they're doing? Probably not a lot, other than me. Probably not a lot. But here are some things, and feel free to chime in. Let me know what your thoughts are. But even if Ben Simmons couldn't make a jump shot, the problem is he refused to shoot one. And not only did he refuse to shoot a jump shot, but he kind of refused to shoot open shots. So if someone is speaking to his mind, what are you seeing? What are you thinking about? What's causing you to not want to shoot the ball? Do you think you're going to get taken out? Are you afraid of the fans? Are you afraid of social media? Are you afraid of what your family going to say? Are you afraid of what your teammates going to say? Are you afraid your coach is going to bench you? Does that make sense? How it all intertwines. So what happened? But what makes you not want to shoot the ball? Well, once somebody can get that out of him, now let's start in and work our way out. Because we may not need you to shoot jump shots. That would be nice, but we have shooters. So for your athletes that have trouble shooting, let me help you out. Here are a few ways that they can put themselves in a better situation. One, get to the free throw line. If your jump shot is not falling, get to the free throw line so you can get a free shot, and it's a higher percentage because it's only 15 feet from the basket. So now Ben Simmons didn't want to get to the free throw line because up there all alone, that's pressure too. So he maybe, didn't want to get to that free throw line and shoot those free throws to help build his rhythm. Well, that's okay. That might be good for your athlete, maybe not for Ben Simmons, because mentally he didn't want to shoot the free throws because he's been missing. And instead of somebody adjusting that, somebody could have said, okay, well, let's get some mid-range shots in. Some floaters. It's not really a shot. It's just a touch or a short shot, mid-range. Or you're 6'11", Ben. Let's go to the post. You 6'11", and yes, you play point guard, but our center, Joel Embiid, is on the three-point line more than you, so let's invert it and let's switch it. He bring the ball up sometime too, so let's put you on the post. And let's let you get an easy bucket. I don't think everybody thinking the way I think. And then what about layups? You were second in contention for the Defensive Player of the Year. Let's get some deflections. Let's get some steals. Let's get some easy buckets in transition to get you some layups. The game is not rocket science. What about jump hooks? You right there at the basket. Jump shot may not work, but a jump hook, you just pushing it down in the rim. Well, these are all ways that Ben Simmons could have upped his stock for his team, but he couldn't do it if he didn't believe he could do it. So rather than everybody clowning him and dogging him, oh, he terrible, oh, he don't want to shoot, whatever. Let's find out why. Let's find out what's going on, and let's find out how to correct it. So as I get ready to close, here are some solutions to be able to help athletes like Ben Simmons and yours get their confidence back. All right. So the first thing is, let's play some defense. Let's play some defense, and that will help your confidence. If you can get a stop on somebody else, that'll help your confidence. If you can get a defensive rebound, that'll help your confidence. If you can get in the passing lane and get a deflection, that'll help your confidence. So let's play defense, Ben. That's what you can do to help being an asset. And now we need you on the court at the end of the game, because the likelihood of you helping us on defense as opposed to you not making a free throw on offense doesn't even weigh out. But then the second thing that your athlete can do that Ben Simmons could have done also, let's get to some 50-50 balls. Now, those 50-50 balls are balls that anybody can get, is right in the middle of all of us. Let's go get it. And with those 50-50 balls come momentum swingers. If Ben Simmons would have understood, I'm not necessarily shooting the ball on this post up that I got, and I turned around and I passed it off to my teammate Tobias Harris to do a reverse layup when I could have just spent and I was wide open, I could have dunked it. Well, that dunk is what's called a momentum changer. Let's get some momentum changers. Let's get a charge. Let's get a steal. Let's get a dunk. Let's get a block. Let's get on the ground for a loose ball. Let's do something to change the momentum of the game that will improve your confidence, because you helped with that momentum changer. But nobody is thinking about that or bringing that to him. And then finally, what Ben Simmons and probably what your athlete needs as well, they're dealing with some confidence issues, is they need a coach. They need a coach that cannot help them with how to dribble, how to shoot, right? How to sit in a defensive stand and play defense. They need a coach to be able to help them understand why you need to dribble, why you need to shoot, especially an open shot, why you need to play defense in a certain way. Because once athletes understand why and understand the meaning, it then helps them have more ownership of what they're doing to help the whole group or the team. And then that helps their confidence. So where everybody is just hooping and hollering and clowning on Ben Simmons, it's really the system's fault. Because the system from prep school to college 1 year to even being drafted number one, it was all about what can be done offensively. Not how can we help this young man be confident in his abilities. And how can we help him be confident to overcome the adversity that he's going to face at some point in time? They say Philly are the toughest fans. That's what I've heard. Well, if they don't have anybody on the Philadelphia 76ers to pull in the not only the rookies, but the new people coming into the team to help them process some of the adversity that they will face from the same people that's supposed to be cheering them, they're not doing their job. So many high school, college coaches, professional coaches, even youth coaches Everybody's just thinking about offense. Everybody's just thinking about let's win games. Well, that's fun and dandy when it's all going good. But we see coaches unravel. We see players unravel. And we damn sure see parents unravel. But that's because nobody really has taken enough time to develop their mind as they did developing the skill set. And so, hey, it's all good, right? We can do all these drills. We can shoot all these shots. We can do all of these things. But if we're not speaking to the mental capacity, the mental aspect of our athletes to be able to help them endure and have confidence down the stretch, you can't put all this on Ben Simmons. Does he need to be in the gym? Absolutely. But if he don't have confidence, why am I even going in the gym? I'm not going to waste my time doing something that I don't think I can do anyway. But nobody is taking time to speak to the psychology and the human behaviors of athletes. And that's because most coaches don't take the time to invest in the human behavior and the psychology of athletes. They're just concerned with drawing up a play. So when I say a house built on sand, most of the coaches that you all have your kids with are constructing sandcastles instead of concrete foundational structures that can withstand any storm. Samantha says, my son struggled with this, right? He's always overanalyzing and allowing people to get in his head. Completely agree. I guarantee you at no point in time, Samantha, has his coach really spoken to him as the person about what he sees, why he's thinking that. I guarantee you they haven't. But that's what we do. So definitely, if you haven't had a chance to check out our case study video at BeTheRightRecruit.com is on the ticker right there. Definitely go check out our free case study video and then book a call, with me, and let's hop on the phone and let's see how we can help your athlete. All right. And, I always say it's, not free to work with us. It's definitely not cheap, but we transform the minds of athletes. We transform the minds of coaches to be able to help transform the minds of athletes. We also help transform the minds of parents to help transform the minds of their athletes. It's not just a one-stop shop, but more coaches and more people are just focused on the physical part of basketball and not the mental. And that's why we'll always have armchair quarterbacks, right? Monday morning coaches, right? Keyboard coaches, all of those things that talk about what should have been done. Oh, Doc Rivers should have did this. Oh, Ben Simmons should have did this. But let's talk about what happened. What happened? It wasn't like that in the first round. It wasn't like that in the last month of the season. What happened? Most people always like to look where they failed, but they should be looking where they tripped. Does that make sense? So where did Ben Simmons trip? I'm saying Ben Simmons tripped a long time ago because no one was speaking to how to overcome the adversity when it comes. High school may have been sweet. College, he dealt with a little adversity. Remember, they didn't make the NCAA tournament. It was a couple games where maybe they were saying like he wasn't going to play or didn't play his best, right? Should he be the number one pick if they don't make the tournament? All of those things. So he dealt with a little bit of adversity, right? But then rookie of the year, right? Or number one draft pick, but then he got hurt. And so now whatever momentum he was building, he got hurt. And throughout that time, it's trust the process. So we know that the structure and the environment with the Philadelphia 76ers for the past 3 or 4 years with the whole trust the process deal, it wasn't the best, right? Tanking games, right? The culture wasn't, I would say, as good as it is now, but still something happened and nobody's speaking to what happened. So when athletes fall off, when athletes don't perform the way they should perform, most players don't know why they're not performing the way they should perform. And because they don't know how to just turn it on and turn it off, because in this whole youth system, high school system, college system, in a lot of cases, it's like, well, let's just get the best athletes and let's put them out there and they can run over the competition. But what happens now when they have to face adversity or face a challenge? Do they know how to deal with it? Most don't. And so that's what we do at Who's Master University, right? We help athletes get recruited, even if they're not 5-star athletes. Because I understand that basketball is 90% mental, 10% physical. So with all the keyboard coaches, all the Monday morning quarterbacks are talking about, ooh, Ben Simmons did this and he can't shoot free throws and all that. Okay. Maybe so. But how would you fare if you were in that situation? Does that make sense? So I just wanted to drop that, right? Because I'm really, really rooting for Ben Simmons. I'm really, really rooting for Ben Simmons. Now, I do say that Ben Simmons has to be a professional. But that goes all back to the mental aspect. If somebody is helping this individual, see what really happens, we're in the process of telling people what to think, as opposed to teaching people how to think, right? We're in the habit of telling people like what they should think, as opposed to teaching them how to think. And so when adversity comes, you have to be able to get around that adversity. If it's teammates, coaches, social media, fans, family, you, whatever that is, you have to, as an athlete, and that they have to be able to get out of it. As a parent, you have to put your athlete in the best position and put them with the best possible coach that can help them. So if you have a physical trainer for your athlete, if you have a skill trainer for your athlete, but you don't have a coach that's helping them with their mind, you're wasting your money. Coaches, if you're just spending time doing drills, but you're not spending time dealing with the human behavior, you're wasting your time. So I ain't gonna get on my soapbox, right? Because I can go on and on and on and on with this, but I just revel sometimes in some of the comments, some of the things that people say, and it doesn't really even make sense because they're looking at something so shallow. And it goes so many more layers deep. And until you can get deep, deep and understand the why, all the shallow what's don't matter. Because everybody's talking about what Ben Simmons did, what Ben Simmons did not do, what Doc Rivers did, what Doc Rivers did not do. That's shallow. That's shallow as hell. Let's start to look at why they did what they did. Why they didn't do what even what you think they could have done. And until your athlete can shift from what to why, they may struggle. So I hope that Ben Simmons gets some help. And I reached out to him. Personally, I reached out to him. I'm gonna shoot my shots. I reached out to him. Because I know from a mental aspect, I don't give a damn how many trainers he go to. Because no matter how gifted and skilled an athlete is, if they don't have the fortitude, the heart, and the mental capacity, all them things that they do in the gym, that ain't gonna mean nothing. Right? So that's about it. That's all I got for you today, right? Help your athlete really unlock who they really are. Help your athlete really unlock who they really are. And that's by helping them start with their confidence. Everything starts and ends right here, especially for athletes. The more confident, the more success. I hope this helped you in these 36 minutes today. I really hope that it helps you understand that while physical ability is good, it means nothing if you don't have the confidence to carry those things out. All right. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my case study video, definitely go check that out at BeTheRightRecruit.com. All right. Go check that out at BeTheRightRecruit.com. Those ones that checked in, I appreciate you checking in. Let me know what city and state you're from. Samantha, definitely reach out. Go check out my case study video. Reach out, to us. Let's hop on the phone. Let's see how we can help your athlete get out of their head and become much, much better with that. All right. Haven't heard anything better recently from anyone. Thanks, Coach. Hey, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Slobodan. I hope I'm saying that right? So I'm okay, Samantha from St. Louis. Good. I like that. Yeah, really from Serbia, living in the ATL. Hey, listen. And I haven't even said this yet, right? But if you're in the ATL, right, we got Mark from Kansas. So I'm doing a special pop-up in the ATL this weekend, right? So if you want to get the information, right, if you want to get okay. Oh, I'm saying it right. Okay, perfect. So, if you are in the ATL, what age is your athlete, or are you an athlete? Slobodan, are you an athlete, or is your child the athlete? So, because anyway, I'm gonna do a special pop up in Atlanta this weekend, right? So if you want to be a part of it, okay. Oh, okay, 5 and 9. Okay, so they're younger. Okay, much younger. Yeah, this is gonna be a high school event, right? High school event only. But yeah, again, if your athlete is looking to get recruited, right? And they, need help with their confidence, really want to improve their confidence and help their confidence, get with somebody, right? Everybody is not a good fit for us because we want people that are coachable, people that are hungry to be able to get to that next level. A lot of athletes are, but their parents aren't. Then you have a lot of parents that are hungry and their athletes aren't. But this is what we do, right? We be able to help with that. So I'm not going to keep going. I see I got my big bro, Otis Clay, right? Listen, and he started playing basketball his senior year, went to junior college, became an All-American. Now, physically, he had a 42, 43 inch vertical. And this is back in 88, 89. Went to the University of Hawaii before a lot of people understood that University of Hawaii had a college actually there. But the one thing that set my big bro Otis Clay apart from other people was that he was confident. It didn't matter if somebody else had been playing for 18 years. He knew what he could do, and he did what he could do. He knew what he could do, and he did what he can do. And that helped him see this world, all because of a little orange ball. And just think if he didn't have any confidence, he would have never got off the west side of Chicago. But hey, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all go check out our case study video. And, if you want to work with us, then reach out. And let's go from there. All right. I'm actually right at 7:00. I got coaches workshop, right? That's going to be off the chain, crazy. I got a lot of coaches say they got games or what. Hey, again, they got games, so they focusing on the physical. They're not focusing on what they need to focus on. But the ones that's there is going to be a memorable experience, right? And so this shirt here, right? It says the struggle is part of the story. So Ben Simmons, you got to endure that struggle so that you can really tell your story. All right. Y'all share this with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, anybody else in Philadelphia 76ers, and share it with somebody that you love and care about. All right. Coach Carvel Bailey, I'm going to leave y'all with the theme music, and we are out of here.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant. Blessed to Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Blessed to Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Blessed to Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Use your mentality to master the craft. Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is strategic.